Hey guys, yes, so welcome to my YouTube channel, Homemade Cooking with Mama Good Vibes. So guys, I had started cooking. I had started preparing these things. So I'm having visitors, so I decided to do a meal, right? So far I've done chicken, I mean, I've marinated chicken and fish and put them down there. So already cooked already. But the chicken, I'm gonna do barbecue chicken. So I'm gonna put the sauce with you guys right now. What I'm doing is preparing. I'll start by preparing the rice. I'll do the rice in the microwave. So far, we have the butternut or squash there. Here, I'm doing baking. I'm gonna do some donuts, some Zim style donuts. So I'm boiling, right? Baby corn and then asparagus there. This is butternut. I'm gonna fry plantain here, plantain. Then these are for the stews. So these potatoes, I boiled them for about 10 minutes. I want to coat them, right? So now let's do rice. This is prepared for coleslaw. And this I've just washed and cut for green salad, right? So let's do it straight away. This is just something that came up. So it's on a weekend. So let's do it Mama Good Vibes way. Remember, homemade cooking, right? Homemade cooking. So for my rice, what I do in the microwave, I use this cup. So I'm gonna do 4 cups here. So this is 1, 2, 3, and 4. Okay, so this is 4 cups of rice, which means I'm going to put 8 cups of the water, right? So let me wash the rice first. Right, so I've washed my rice and I'm going to put salt and a bit of cooking oil. Because it's 4 cups, I need a little bit more for it to be nice and fluffy. So 4 cups rice, 8 cups boiled water. So I use same cup, right? So this is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Like that. I'm gonna mix a bit. And put my rice in the microwave. So because my wife, this cover of mine is small, I'm gonna use this plate here. Then I'm gonna put for 20 minutes in the microwave. That rice will be so nice and fluffy, like that. 20 minutes, right? And here, let's fry plantains. Plantains, they don't take long. Okay, Right, so plantains, oh, anyway, for them to fry nicely, you don't need high heating like I had put there. Okay, so when they are done, I'm gonna put them back in here. The butternut is done. Oh, can it fit here? I'm gonna put butternut here. Let me leave it a bit. So plantain doesn't need to stay on one side for long to start burning. So I keep flipping it over until it's golden brown. So going to fry this spinach. I love this spinach. What's what I'm cooking, guys, because there's a function here. It's National Day, so there's a function. So it's already 12. I'm cooking for both. We're gonna have lunch, set menu lunch, and then we're gonna have dinner. That's we're going to cook our staple sadza with spinach and fried cabbage and add boiling chicken like that in some cultured milk. That's mixed Mama J Chris way. You need to iron your clothes. Why is it not ironed? Right, so I'm just flipping this like that. So let me remove the butternuts. So it's just one family coming and us. So I'm just preparing for them and us. Homemade settings, homemade cooking. I love this. So our butternut is done, right? I need space here, so let me put it for now here. Then this is done. I need now, I boiled my beef and my chicken already. So maybe let me, no, in this pan here, I'm just rinsing this pan, guys, so that I can fix the beans. I have the beans here. I don't know why I took them out. Normally, it's nice till when. So what I do, this is called sugar beans from our home country, from Zim. So when they come, I boil them with salt and then I pack them and freeze. So this was frozen. I don't know why I took it out. So normally it's nice you just cook them from frozen, but it's okay. What I will do now is put some cooking oil. So the beans already cooked, right? So it's a matter of making it a bean stew. Almost done. So from now I'm going to be removing them. Okay, let's swap and let me do the beans here. So I prepared these spring onions and I'm gonna mix with the white onion. I wanna make the bean stew. Homemade cooking, you get to eat what you really want, right? Multitasking. Where did I put this? Let me take another one. No, I definitely need this one. Right. Oh, you see, because there's more heat here. It was, oh, this is what I didn't want. Oh, look, guys, this is what I meant. Plantain, when I swabbed, I didn't reduce heat there. So it's burnt at the bottom. Yet it was coming out really nice. Anyway, when I save, I'll put, can you look at that? I don't like this. I'll put the burnt bit like facing down. Anyway, it happened just a minute I went there and I left it on high heat. Right. So this is done. Let me put this to boil. Multitasking, mama good vibes. Mama good vibes. So that's, I put this because you know vegetables are not so nice. But if you try and experiment and make them. So for my beans stew, I'm adding tomatoes, just fry them, breaking the chunks. Add some salt. Not too much for us, like I always say, we don't eat too much. So this is garlic powder. This is turmeric powder. This is ginger powder. This is paprika powder, like that. So I'll just mix these. This reminds me of the tomato soup my grandma used to cook for us. I'm salivating already. It used she would cook it the grandma way, but it would be nice and delicious. Where is the scissors? Scissors, where are you? So then I'll put my favorite. You see, guys, they gave me these Apron t-shirts and some box of Reiko Usabi mix. I love this. I love this. In all my meals, you see, even when I'm gonna cook potatoes, it's just gonna be this that brings that amazing taste, amazing flavor. So this mix, this for me, it's like an all-in-one spice. This mix thickens the soup. So then I'll put what? Water. So the water I'm putting more so that when I put the beans, they will cook well. The soup here sucking in the bean, the bean flavor. So thereby when they boil together or when they cook together, this will be like the bean stew, like that. And I love this even for breakfast. To eat this with bread, guys. We grew up eating this when it was breakfast for me. When it was breakfast with this, oh my gosh, that was for me. That was delicious. Whoa. So because I'm using this for our staple sadza, so I'll try leave them not put too a lot of stuff, right? For example, when I'm using with rice or like for breakfast, like I said, I would put carrots, coriander leaves, and all that. But so these ones, I think this is done. They have to have that crunchiness that remains. So this, I'll leave it to boil until the soup thickens. It will be like thick bean stew. You see now it's a bit runny like that. Yes. So I'll leave them to boil. So yeah, more heat there. That's a double element. But sometimes something wrong there. I want to test this because corn, of course, you need the crunchiness, but not just to cook a bit. It needs to cook a bit more. Ah, but it's okay. A bit more. Right, so my plantain is done. My butternut is done. So I'll put them here and bring back when we are warming to serve so that I'll have space here. Remember, I said it's a set menu, right? It's not buffet. Sada is when you do buffet for dinner. So I'm preparing this stew for dinner. And then, so let me bring in beef first. So I boiled already the beef. That's the first thing I did when I woke up. So what I do with my beef, what am I going to do? That's the one I did for the carrots, right? Yeah. Right. This is done. So what I will do, because I'm gonna leave this when I'm serving in the microwave. So I'll do this, then I'll clear washing the big pots and pans. By the time my visitors come, I won't have a lot of dishes. So these small ones I'll just put in the dishwasher. So this is done. Let's put on the side. Now, oh, what I wanted to say about my beef. So I boil not just beef anyway. I boil all my meats with spices. So already when I'm boiling, I put like here I put the garlic powder, paprika, turmeric, all-purpose seasoning, right? So I already put the spices. So I'm not gonna put again. Then I'm gonna use Royco instead. I'm gonna use this. This makes the stew more, so it's easy to serve. You know what I mean? So I like using this. So I'll fry my beef. Homemade cooking, I'm allowed to taste. Well cooked. The other thing is here we love well cooked, well done food, guys. Even when we go to eat outside, we tell them, please, we want well done, eggs well done, meat well done, vegetables well done, something like that. Not really, veg is not really well done, like to turn them brown, but you know, some kind of well done cooking. The beef is so nice. I wanna taste again. It's allowed. Right. My rice is done in the microwave. I'll show you. I'll need to get some gloves so I can show you how the microwave rice came out. Um, I will just show you and I'll put it back. Oh, it's smelling awesome. Why did I take one glove? Look at me. But two gloves I struggle to use to. So I just want to show you, then I'll put it back here. So this is my rice, guys. Look at that. This is the rice done in the microwave, 20 minutes. See, I love this. So I'll put it back for now. Oopsie daisy, I got burnt. It was fancy. So let me check this. You see, it's starting to thicken. You see, the tomatoes, I didn't break the chunks so much. I don't like this because these chopped tomatoes, brands people are now just doing, but they don't really chop them nicely. It starts burning too and cause alarm. See, it was smelling awesome. Right, so I'm gonna put spring onions, and I'm gonna put these white onions. So far, right. So I'm gonna remove these chunks of tomatoes. I don't like this. I should have. Now I'm gonna put carrots. All of them. I prepared them for beef stew. And then I'll put coriander leaves. I love this. What else am I doing again? So coriander leaves is mostly for this. Because my chicken, it's gonna be for salsa, so we don't need that flavor of coriander leaves. It's nice with rice and this. So coriander for beef. I think this is done because you see it's thick now. So it's gonna cook a little more when I'm warming to serve. Right? So it will be cook a little more, but it's done because remember these beans were boiled already and well cooked. So it was just to make the stew. You see, it's thick now. So this is done. Let me swap and bring chicken. This is the hard boiling chicken, so I boiled it. So there's still water in there. Right. So here I'm gonna put the tomatoes. So I'm gonna try and break the chunks before I add more water to make the stew. So I'll try and do it, and then I think I'm gonna put a little bit more of oil, just a little bit more. So it's like I'm gonna make some soup in the middle here before mixing with the rest of the meat. So like that. I'll let them soften first. This, I have to remove it so I can start frying. Then that's the stock that I will add instead of adding water to make more stew. Because the chicken is cooked already. So I have this stock here. That's the one I'll pour back when I put rice, when I put Royco. So I have more stew, more soup. So this one I wanted to have more of a natural taste. Yeah, more of a natural taste because with our staple sadza, you need this stew to have this natural taste, especially with the boiling chicken or the roadrunner. Really, it's nice with that natural flavor of the chicken, of the meat, right? So I wasn't going to put a lot of them spices. So I just wanted to add a little bit more of oil there. I added oil. Okay, so that was the chicken that I intended to use for with sadza, pap, or nsima, right? So I was just multitasking there. The bean stew was done. The roasted chicken in the oven, the fish was done. All I needed was to then add the barbecue sauce to the chicken in the oven. Right. So they're mixing my chicken, and I'm allowed to taste. Like always, tasting the chicken was well cooked. Like I'm always saying, we love and we enjoy well cooked food, well done food, right? Even when we go to eat out to the restaurants, we always ask for well done, well cooked food like that. Yeah, that's just us. That's the beauty as well of homemade cooking. You get to really cook your food to what you want, and you don't have to keep asking, can I do? We know exactly what we want. I know what the family wants, who eats what, who doesn't eat what. That's the beauty of homemade cooking. But when you go out in restaurants, you get to order. Sometimes you want to try something new and you get to realize you don't like it, and all sorts of things. Right. Yes, guys. So I added a little bit of the magic syrup, and also that's a Reiko Usavi mix. That's one of my favorite spices, mix, or whatever you want to call it. For me, it's like an all-in-one spice. I just love and enjoy using that for stews, for roasts, for marinating, for coating, all of that. Yes. So I added there to make more of the soup, and then added water, boiled water, and just mix while still in there with the tomatoes like that. And then same thing with the chicken. They are still frying like that, Right, I then added the spring onions. I love using spring onions so much in all my dishes. Most of the dishes, I love spring onions. But there, I had also white onions. So I added spring onions and a little bit of the white onions to the chicken, right? They had boiling roadrunner, boiling chicken, that one, yes. So just mixing so the flavor goes in. I then went on to get some tomatoes from the pantry, then just added some tomatoes there. And I always add them right there at the center, and then just let them cook a bit and soften. Then I'll be breaking the chunks, right? You know, these chopped tomatoes, sometimes the tins, like the brand that I bought, it wasn't very good. So the chunks were just too many. And the tomatoes were not really like ripe. So the chunks remained a lot. So I had to let them cook whilst they're in the middle before mixing with the rest of the meat. And then just breaking the chunks until softened and a bit soupy. Then, yes. Right, I then added my favorite Reiko Usabi mix, but just a little bit like that. Because remember, I said if you add more Reiko, it takes away the natural flavor of the meat. So you see, then I added the stock that I removed from the pot the other time. Right, so that's the one I added back in there instead of adding water. That works really awesome because the flavor is retained from the stock, you know. So then I mixed with the rest of the chicken like that. So the beauty of homemade cooking like that. So that was done. All I needed then was to cover it and let it simmer just for a few minutes, and then it would be ready to be served. Right, so it was done, the chicken was done, so I was just looking for a lid there to cover, and the beef was also done like that. So I started cleaning, just cleaning a bit, not the final cleaning. I just wanted to clean a bit since most of my cooking was done. Right, next I was gonna fry the spinach, this frozen spinach. So adding some oil, right? I love that frozen spinach so much, and even the family, they like it so much. So that was me opening the frozen spinach, and then the oil is already in the pot heating up. Then I was gonna use, for the frozen spinach, I don't use salt, right? I use the magic syrup spice. I've shown before that spice in a sachet, yellow sachet, you'll see it. That spice is really amazing. It doesn't have too much salt. There is this flavor that comes when you add it. It tastes really nice. That's the one I'm adding to the spinach. So when I'm doing vegetables, when I'm doing, vegetables the most, even stews, I use that magic syrup as salt. It's really awesome. It makes the veggies taste really awesome, taste good, taste nice. All right, so that spinach is frozen, chopped spinach frozen. I love it so much, and I'm always preparing that. So after I add the magic syrup, all I do is just to keep turning the spinach until it defrosts and it cooks, right, like that. It doesn't take long, okay? So I just fry it like that. When it's defrosted, I just leave it a little bit more and then let it simmer, and it's done. As simple as that. It tastes amazing. Right, so for the meat, the final was the cow intestines, the matumbo we call in my language, right? That one is really awesome. It tastes really good. back in my country, that's like a delicious cuisine like that. When you cook that, everybody wants that, like that. So they were boiled as well. Remember, I said I boil my meats always with spices. So that was boiled and well cooked. So what I needed was just to fry, right? So just letting it heat, and I would start frying as I finalized on the spinach. Multitasking, mothers, we can do multitasking, doing a lot of at once, right? So things were super duper, and time was moving. Our visitors were almost coming. I still had to do baking. You see the stuff on the left. I could have been done by then, but my husband had taken the car for fishing, so I needed the car to go and buy eggs. So I was waiting for eggs. Okay, so then I decided to just finalize this. Then I'll do the baking later, which I did. Okay, so yes, you see my spinach is defrosted there. It's defrosted, and I just had to cover it and just let it cook for a few minutes and then cover it. It would be ready. So the cow intestines were doing well there, right? And then I added white onions there. My white onions there. And just fry a bit to let the flavor of the onions in. And I know I was salivating for them. Then I added a little bit of Reko Savi mix as well. These cow intestines or matumbo, we don't want to take away their natural flavor. So just a little bit. Even the spices is just a little bit, right? And then there I was holding a tin of tomatoes. They were really frying well. And I'm already salivating as I am doing this voiceover. Right, so I added the tomatoes, and as always, in the middle first, and then let them soften a bit. Right, so for the tomatoes, that brand I'm not going to buy again because it had really chunks that were not going easily. So I removed some and put in that bowl. Right, and then I mixed the tomatoes, the soup I created in the middle there, with the rest of the cow intestines, and just covered and let them simmer for a bit, and they were ready, just like that. Easy peasy lemon squeezy. So that lid, that pot, it wasn't the handle that was burning, it was the nail at the bottom. That's why I took a cloth there to hold. So they were done, and I was putting them away on the island there, right, like that. So the chicken also was done. So I want to get a cloth to get that in the wire rack there. You see those handles for that pot, they do burn, right? I bought those pots only because I loved the color, but the handles not good. Right, the next thing that I was doing, I love doing this one. I love doing. Remember, I showed you the potatoes that I said I cut them, you see, to that size, and then I boiled them in salty water for about 10-12 minutes thereabout. You don't want them to be too soft. You want them to be cooked, but a little firm. So they were cooked. Okay. So what I wanted to do there was to coat the potatoes, yes, and fry them. I just love this because coated potatoes, they taste nice. If you've never tried them, try this. They taste really awesome, really amazing. Okay, so what I do is, you see, I put the oil to heat, right? To get heated. And then I was showing that I use that Royco Usavi mix, my favorite, and that is self-raising flour that I'm putting in the dish there. So self-raising flour, Royco Usavi mix, like that. Then I add the Royco Usavi mix. I use 2 packs there, right? I use 2 packs, so it depends with how much you are coating. So for me, I think that's that's 500 grams flour because I put half that, and two packs of the Royco Usavi mix. You can use any of the coatings or the spices that you can, but for me, that Royco Usavi mix does the magic. Okay, so I did the flour Royco mixture there. Then my oil is already on the stove there, so I made sure it's well mixed. You want your Royco Usavi, Royco and flour mixture to mix well. And then there is that bowl with water, cold water. So what I do is, like that, just cover the potato in the Royco and flour mixture, like that, and then dip it in the cold water just for a bit, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 seconds maybe, and then for a second coating, put it back in flour mixture, like that. If you want a third coating, it's up to you. What you do, you just put it back in that cold water and bring it back to the flour mixture and coat it again. But me, I just end there, like that. So my oil was heated, as you can see, and then started frying their coated potato. Right, remember this is cooked potato, boiled already, so it's cooked already, it's ready to be eaten. I've never tried it if it will work with non-cooked, but I think it won't cook really well before even so the flour will start burning. I've never done it, so I always boil it 10-12 minutes and then coat it like that and then fry. So that was it, just coating, dip in cold water, back to the flour and Royco mixture, coat again, and then put in the oil to fry, just like that. Okay. So you can prep them if you want. You can do the coatings, then you just fry it once. But because I wanted to show you guys, so I had to do it as I was frying. So the same thing with the rest of the potatoes, just coating them like that and then putting them in the oil to fry. Right, so I wanted to flip them over there, so I was looking for the utensils to use to flip them, so I took that, and then the other spoon to hold. I didn't want to splash the oil on myself. Yes, like that. So you see, I flipped over. Look how nice they are looking. Nice and golden color there. So I moved them so I can create space for the next. Excuse me. Like that, dip in cold water, back to the flour mixture. And then put in the oil to fry. Like that. Easy peasy lemon squeezy for a nice, tasty, delicious coated potato. Trust me, it's nice. And you can do coated potatoes and save. You can do with a stew, you can do with a roast and salad, and save it like that. It's really awesome. Okay, so they were really frying well, and I went on to take a paper towel to put in that plate that I was gonna put them, right? So I put paper towels so that it will drain a little bit more of the oil, right? So I prepped that, and then I just turn them again, the potatoes, for the last time, so that they are really nice, golden and crispy. So look how they were looking, guys. Oh my gosh. Now, look at that. It's a potato, guys. It's a coated potato there. Look how it's looking, so nice, golden color there, and really well cooked. I repeat, we love well cooked food. We love well done food. So I made sure, I always make sure we have well cooked food like that. So yes, look at that. Guys, that was really awesome. So I love doing potatoes that way, and they are really nice. You can eat them. You can eat with bread, breakfast, lunch, dinner, snack. You can use them for anything, really. So I did the rest. I did the rest of the potatoes. Some of them were still in the dish there, but I just did the rest. So what was left was just to fry. But look at that, guys. Look at that. That was really super duper. I am actually salivating that I'm thinking of doing those coated potatoes again today. But look at that. Imagine serving with some coleslaw and some green salad. So now all my potatoes were fried. I was done, so I had just to move them to the other side, to the island where the rest of the ready food, where I was putting the rest. Yes, guys, so it's really interesting time. Homemade cooking. Remember, we were having visitors, so it was almost time, this I know, right? So my chicken, back to the chicken. Remember from the start of the video, I said I'd already put this in the oven, and the fish. So that's the chicken. I marinated this chicken with the Royco Usavi mix and a little bit of vinegar and a little bit of lemon juice, right? Then it was roasted, well cooked. And then, I was then adding the barbecue sauce, one of my favorites, right? Delsio. That brand is really nice for us. You know, we all have different taste buds and all that. That one is our one, the family, right? So what I do when I want to make, some people are good at making the barbecue sauce from scratch and all of that. But for me, life made easy peasy, lemon squeezy. So what I do, I buy the barbecue sauce and then roast my chicken. It's well cooked there, and just spread the barbecue sauce on the chicken, right, like that. So I did on the other side, and then there I was flipping them over, the chicken legs, and then now adding the barbecue sauce to the other side of the chicken pieces, and then just spread with that pastry brush. I just dab all like that, so that it doesn't spread too. You want it to be really to have that barbecue sauce, you know. You want it to be really nice. So that's what I do, like that, and just add more of the barbecue sauce if you want. It depends with how much you want, right? So for me, that's what I do always. And it's also nice here. They like it the most when it's the barbecue wings. When I do with wings, they like it the most. But also those are legs. So that was cool. We were having visitors. We wanted them to enjoy the barbecue chicken legs. So then, after adding the barbecue sauce, I put them back. So I had 2 trays actually. You see, I was doing the other one. So the one I put them back in the oven and let them roast for another 10 minutes. So that barbecue sauce is cooked and it becomes more sticky like, and it tastes even nicer after being heated in the oven. So that was the second tray. Remember, we were having another family and ourselves, so I had to do 2 trays. So I did 2 trays of the legs, and then also the same thing for the second tray. Add the barbecue sauce, spread it nicely with the pastry brush, just like that. And then there I was adding a bit more. I just wanted to finish that because it was almost finished anyway. And then same thing. Remember, it was in the oven, so I had to put my glove and put back in the oven there. Oh, I thought I had turned on. I was supposed to preheat that, but anyway, it still works. Yeah, like that. Then I started clearing up like that. And then next was my the salad. I wanted to do also coleslaw. You see that other bowl has got shredded cabbage. The other bowl next to the air fryer. So I wanted to do, but I realized that I forgot and I used all the carrots. So I didn't have carrots to make it look awesome. So I just left them. I didn't do the coleslaw anymore. I just did this one with the lettuce, some grapes, cucumber, and the carrots, chopped carrots like that. You see? So I ate grapes to this green salad because I realized when you put grapes, sweet grapes, even my kids, they now eat the salad, unlike if it's just them veggies. Right, then I have that salad dressing that I like so much because it doesn't have eggs, that one. So that's the one I use. So I just added, and it was that one was finished. So I went to the pantry to get more of the salad dressing. It's back with the salad dressing there, and added a little bit more, mixed well like that. That dressing is really nice, the freshly one. So I just mix like that. Sometimes I put a little bit more of the dressing, but sometimes, like in this instance, I didn't put more like that. So that was ready, nice and ready. So I had to get cling film. There it was. That was the salad, guys. Right, so table is set, waiting for the visitors to arrive, and then we put the drinks and food, and we just enjoy relaxing on a weekend with our visitors. The kids will sit here on this table here. Yes. Nika, are you eating or you are having drink on? Eat your food. Right, so Nikita, Auntie, and Ian were enjoying their food there. Ian was the visitor there. So Nikita was asking if there is more of the barbecue chicken. He loves that barbecue chicken and lasagna. So guys, that's what I prepared for our visitors on the royal table, Mama Day and my little sister Tamari. Don't forget to subscribe and share for more with Mama Good Vibes.